What's up, everyone? Welcome to another edition of the Sarlacc Digest, a podcast bringing you line talk and digesting Star Wars topics over 1,000 years. This is episode 217, being recorded on July 12th, 2023. I'm your host, Darth Moocher. I've got Scott Solo here.
What's up, nerds?
Grand Admiral Franz.
Hey, hey.
And Ernie the Fallen Fett.
Hey, guys, what's up?
Woo, guys. We are 42 days away from Ahsoka. And we've got so much to talk about. But first, before we get into it and we jump right in, we got our Patreons to shout out and everybody who's being digested in the pit. So, Scott, go for it.
Let's do this. Hey, everybody. Welcome once again to another exciting episode. And without you patrons, we couldn't do this. We honestly couldn't. We'd just be sitting on our hands at home staring. We wouldn't do it. That's right. That's it. We'd just be staring at the TV, looking at the clock, waiting for Ahsoka to start, realizing it's still 42 days away and we're wasting our lives. So we'd rather spend that time with you guys. Like these fine folks here. We've got AJ from the Forbidden Panel, Cliff, Brandon and Anya Epler, Dennis McGrath, Don the Dad Dorn, Don and Brady of the Escape Pod podcast on the Red 5 Network. Hey, that's our podcast. That's our network. Eric Grubb, Fanboy Mike, Flavy Davey, formerly of the Nerds with Attitude. I'm going to skip Gavin for just a second. We're going to go straight to Justin the Vanilla Thunder, Mervine. We've got Nicholas Schaefer, Matt Logic, Ryan, and the Star Joe's podcast. Now, our friend and pal here, Gavin Connor from the All Cure Holy Hour podcast, just released a brand new album by his side band called The Minox, which, I mean, come on.
What?
Yeah, The Minox. And if you're kind of a fan of it's almost like a 90s style alternative, almost like the Lemonheads, kind of that kind of groovy vibe to them. It's really good. So I urge everybody to go check out The Minox. It is available on Apple Music and all those fine streaming sources. So check it out. Good.
I didn't know they had a band like that. Okay, cool.
Oh, Gavin,
Groovy is my vibe, so let's bring it.
There we go. Right. No,
we'll
Gavin's
the link in the description, then we'll have to put that.
We'll do that. We'll do that. Gavin releases music on probably, I don't know, every 2 months. He's dropping a new EP or something like that. That dude is always creating music. It's nice. It's really, really good. So, yeah. So there you go. And right now we got some, we're digesting Matt Logic, Gordon. We've got Don the Dad Dorn in there. There is Gavin Connor. He's in there as well. Crystal E. And yeah, so anybody else chime in,
and
say
Facebook
hi. We're gonna
user.
Facebook
And we have a Facebook user in there too.
Scott can find out.
Yeah, exactly.
It's Kent. It's Kent Salas. What's up?
Hey,
Kent?
Hey, what's up, dude? Yeah. So thank you, everybody, and welcome to our podcast. Ernie was just on his Fallen Fett Chronicles, and they did a kind of like a minor introduction of the Ahsoka trailer that dropped in our laps yesterday. I didn't know it was coming, and I was like, "Oh, what is this? Is this a fan one, or is this like a?" It kind of like hit me by surprise, and oh my god, like I was excited before. I was really
not
excited
expecting
before, guys. We got a double episode. It was all right. Yeah, Ron didn't talk in it. I mean,
they said his name like 18 times. I'm good, and I saw his backside and I saw his front side, so we're good to go.
Yeah. So we get a double episode on August 23rd, which is fantastic. I mean, we'll be up. I think Dave Filoni did mention they're going to be about the same time frame as like the Mando series, 40 minutes kind of deal. So let's go, man. And I'm assuming
betting this one comes out early.
Oh, like the date, like the night before
9 o'clock, something like that. For a double episode to get everybody into Ahsoka.
I agree.
I bet it comes out early.
They did that with, I agree. That would be great. Yeah, because double episode on something this big. Because I don't know about you guys. Well, I know about you guys. What we got with this trailer was more meat and potatoes of the grand story, what's going on, and some really cool things. And I walked away from it going like, look, I know we're getting like the Rebels continuation and all these characters and stuff but where I got like the most goosebumps was like the new lore, the new canon, the new mystique, the new ways Star Wars could reinvent itself, with certain things like certain talks and energies going on around this show. Even in that trailer, I was like, that's where I'm at in this. You know what I mean? Yes,
Yeah.
characters, but damn, yeah.
So did everybody whenever we saw Balon and Shin, and I forget the third woman's name, I forget her name, but whenever they were all standing in that circle, did we all like breathe a sigh of relief that it really doesn't look like it's the world between worlds? It looks like a galactic map.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the way that scene right there, I mean, we're going to break it all down, guys, and everything, but that scene right there when she kind of like manifested the galaxy in her hands, and almost like that's how I took it, and then she like projected it around her. That's where I was like, well, that's new.
Do you want to get right into the theories?
I do.
Out with that? Okay.
Yeah.
So that thing, supposedly, and I'm not big on Old Republic. You guys know that, right? But I checked a couple things out real fast, and that supposedly looks like the a Rakatan star map, right, from the beginning. It's right.
Yeah.
And something to do with the oh my god, was it the forge, the super forge, right, from Revan?
Oh yeah. The Rakata weapon. Oh geez.
The one that forges all the ships.
Yes.
So this is how you would get. This is how you would get into the Emperor having the new ships, on Exegol.
Wow. I heard a lot of talk back and forth between other people watching the trailer and stuff about a connection to Exegol and connection to, like what's her like
the Star Force.
Yes,
that's what it is, right?
Yes.
Star Force. That's it.
She had mentioned Thrawn and everything, and it looks like in the trailer, it looks like they were breaking her out of whatever prison Ahsoka put her in. The rebel transport. Again, everybody in Star Wars gets broke out of prison. So, you know what I mean? So at least maybe we'll see it on camera, and this time not a Moff Gideon style. Yeah.
Did it almost look like when Balin took that dude out in the chest? Did it to you look like Anthony Daniels?
Oh yeah, right.
Oh, maybe not now. You paused it in a good spot where it might take it away. When it's going full speed, I'm like, oh shit! They brought in Anthony Daniels to get killed in like the same kind of outfit he had in episode 2.
The dude was also a little bulkier than Anthony Daniels. Yeah. I don't think so.
No, I don't think so now. I didn't get a clean shot like that, so that's TV ads.
Yeah. I don't think that's his thumb.
No, that's Megan Fox's thumb. She's in it.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Fun fact: my sister has those same thumbs. Those weird.
Oh, then it's not that funny. It's not funny at all.
No, it's definitely funny. It's. Oh yeah, we do.
But
so how'd you like it?
Gordon is saying, yeah, Balin character looks so bad. He's narrating this. He's like narrating this trailer and everything, and I was just like, gone too soon, man. I really got bummed. But at the same time, happy that he was excited for this to come out and how everybody's reacting to it being a badass character like that so far. I mean, like I said, we got maybe 30 seconds total of his character, and we're all in on it, and that's what
he looks the part. He sounds the part. It's a perfect character. I'm already in, and with I forgot her name too. She looks great too. I'm in with both characters.
Dude, the fighting styles and everything. I'm like, oh my god,
please bring it.
The what's really exciting too is that they're, like I said, it's the continuation of Rebels, but it's also bringing in, like, Anakin's name was dropped. For I'm no Jedi. Those things, that's like, come on, man. Yeah. Like,
Anakin spoke highly of you. This guy's been around the block, right?
So he knows Anakin.
So this is just that story. Thrawn has a rogue Jedi from the Clone Wars era, working for him.
Yeah.
It's very Sabaoth or Sabioth. It's very Sabioth. Yeah.
See, there we go. There's our connection. Just that line right there in the trailer. I'm just like, man, come on, dude.
And we are no Jedi. He's not talking about him and Shin. He's talking to Ahsoka, right?
Right.
Throwing her quote back at her, saying, "We are no Jedi." It's like, what are you doing right now? And something like this isn't a Jedi way. Well, we are no Jedi is how I'm taking that.
Oh,
scene
okay.
There.
That's interesting because I was just about to say something like maybe he in my head canon, maybe he was they were never Jedi. They were just like a faction, a third faction. But bringing that in makes sense. Like you said, Ahsoka might say something like, why did you become this? This is another.
He could be
fallen-
trying to turn her, like being on her side. You left too. I left. You know.
I would love her to say,
"We are
another
no Jedi."
fallen Jedi. I'm
Yeah.
no Jedi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or I was never a Jedi kind of deal, almost like a Dooku 2.0, where he never went that route. He just found the different side of dark side. Dude, I don't know, man.
I've got like 500 things in my head about this.
Oh, dude, like
the other
it's
thing
so-
is, what if it's
Yeah.
not Clone Wars? He knew him. What if he knew him as Vader, but knew he was
Yeah.
Anakin, and he's fiddling with her. You know, it could be
like,
either way.
Yeah, like Thrawn, because Thrawn knew that.
But wouldn't you think he would
Right,
say
right.
Vader spoke highly of you? I mean, just to throw that
No.
in her face,
No,
I don't
the
think
emotion.
So
because that's an insult
she knows Anakin.
to her.
Anakin
No.
would get her emotions up,
Right.
But you were saying like he knew him as Vader to.
but he knows who Vader is, and he knows Anakin was her master, so he would
Right.
use that name to pick at her.
I would assume it would be Vader because it's like Vader's the insult, you know.
Nah, she has no
This is
connection.
the
You say
bad guy.
Anakin.
No, sure.
is her heart,
Right.
You know.
But the tragedy
Oh,
is,
yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but it's more likely the Clone.
But
Wars.
that's the stuff that I like. The in between those kind of like the Star Wars story beyond all these, like, you know, the Skywalker saga, the Rebel saga. It's the Star Wars story that's intertwined in all this, which is fantastic because then we can start changing, you know, Star Wars in the way we think about it, in the way the Force is used in future and past, and that's good stuff, man. And I just felt like that, like the trailer was, or the show might be getting into that kind of stuff rather than a linear, you know, story of just like, here's the bad guy, here's the good guy, blah, 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 blah. And we get to this point. So cool stuff. And it does.
I think it'll be more than just so direct that here's the evil and here's the good.
And Filoni
there will
did
be something in the middle.
Yeah. And he echoed this as like the story is so hard, is so good. And like spiritual wise and just made him emotional through the thing. So I'm like, I'm in, dude. I got goosebumps even saying that. You know, it's just. Yeah.
So, according to the information I was able to find on Balon, it says here from Wikipedia, so God only knows if that's, you know, how that's written. He is a former Jedi Knight who survived the Great Jedi Purge and became a mercenary during the New Republic era and Ahsoka's Tano's search for Ezra Bridger. So,
Could
interesting.
see it. I mean, Asajj became a mercenary, right?
Yeah.
So it could happen. I'm
Interesting.
not kind of like Bad Batch would have went out and started doing things. That some Jedi would have probably done the same thing to make money and go on their own. And
Sure. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you can't assume they all went to either Inquisitor or in hiding, right? It's not like two routes. It could be all these other things, and that's by
yeah, being a merc doesn't change a thing about it. Actually, now that I think about it, it just means he's a bad guy. for hire.
Mandalorian goes a bounty hunter. He's still a you know what I
Yeah,
mean? It's
still a
still
merc.
that's a great one though because Jedi's
It's
are
the word mercenary. I wasn't expecting it. So whenever I read that, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
you know what's
I
funny?
don't know if we've ever seen a mercenary Jedi or a lightsaber force wielder before.
Yeah,
You know?
Like an enforcer kind of deal for hire.
like Thrawn's mercenary. He's working for Thrawn type of thing. It's just how they
Right.
word it. Yeah,
right.
It's a strong wording.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's very intriguing because we've never seen that before. And that's what I want more of in Star Wars, things we've never seen before. So I'm all for that.
Yeah, I heard an interesting theory on the two on Balon and what's the
Shin.
girl's name?
Shin.
That they're actually working. I mean, people are saying they're actually working for the Emperor. You know, but using what's her name? Yeah, I forgot her name too. I again, names are
Yeah, I keep forgetting her.
'Cause they're so new.
It was Magistrate something. When
yeah. The one Ahsoka captured in
Right.
season
the
2
Night
of Mando.
Sister.
Yeah, I mean that would be. I still think that'd be so freaking cool.
If that's
But,
true, that'd be amazing.
Yeah, so like with the Heir of the Empire, the ushering of Thrawn, because it's like Thrawn is the guy who can bring the New Republic to, or almost did, and all that. I mean, his role in the Thrawn trilogy it's so good that remnants, the Imperial remnants, are making way for our new leader, kind of stuff like that. I always throw this in there because it's more interesting to me to feel like the Emperor has its own thing going on, Thrawn and the Empire has its own thing going on, and there's agents intertwining, working for whatever it is. Like Gideon has his own thing. He tried to do a personal thing, but who is he really doing these things for? Who was he really heading these up for? Was it Thrawn or was it the Emperor? And I like that there's turmoil or a power vacuum or something going on, because there's growing evil happening. You know what I mean? And the Star Wars thing to get to the sequels and future. So what do you guys think? Like, do you think it's black and white, or do you think it's like certain there could be some turn coding within?
I think there'll be some turn coding. I think the major turn could be Thrawn actually as the wild card in the very end, seeing something wrong, it going too far type of thing. I hope Balon and Shin just stay evil.
Yeah.
Just the way they've written Thrawn as of late, I see that he could possibly be the wild card that screws it all up in the end.
Like his actual motive and everything could be to actually
this
for his
whole
homeworld kind of deal.
Not the probably it still is for his homeworld, right?
Yeah.
And that's how they've kind of made it. No matter what he's doing, he's trying to save his people. And remember, and that's why we're bringing up the Rakatan, the Starforge, and the Starforge can make unlimited ships, weapons, armor, and stuff. That's the special thing about it. Okay, so if he has that, that takes the place of the Dark Force that he had in Heir to the Empire. Right, the Heir to the Empire.
Right.
They had a fleet of dreadnoughts, huge giant dreadnoughts that could come out and blast the entire Rebel fleet, Rebellion fleet, or Resistance. What the frick, dude? Republic fleet. Good Lord, every R in there came out besides one. This you just turn it around. Now you have all these big super ships that were coming up, but probably starting with just regular Star Destroyers.
Yeah. Well, what was Balin's line was, what do we look, or what happens in? It's like power, like unimaginary.
Yeah, that's it. That when we find Thrawn, we get unimaginable power. And that's what that should be. Unlimited ships, the Return of the Emperor, all of this, and
as well as Ahsoka saying, if we don't stop Thrawn, everything will be in vain. So, yeah.
All right. Do we talk about this real quick since you got it on the screen?
Yeah, shoot.
This is literally the only negative thing I've seen all day.
From other people on the internet? No.
Yes. Between Blue Data from Star Trek and Elon Musk.
I can see both.
Don't get me wrong that I don't see it, but God, no, you guys aren't clever if you keep saying it. Just stop. Everybody says it. It's like,
you're 100% right, dude.
Somebody
like,
said it. Everybody's got it.
Yeah, I know.
It ain't clever anymore. We all see it, but this is one angle, and it's the same angle we saw 3 months ago.
When he's gonna talk, that's when people are gonna lose their mind because he voiced Thrawn and Rebels. So it's gonna be like perfect.
Don't even care. And I don't mind it. And honest to God, if you had Elon Musk in there, voiced over, it made total sense. Right? It's supposed to be so smart and out thinking people, whatever the hell. It makes sense for him to play it. Who knows?
Can't unsee it now, Crystal. That now that Elon Musk is out there,
you can't unsee it. It's been, I've seen it for months. I get it. But that's the thing is, I've been seeing everybody saying it for months too.
Sure.
Yeah. It's like
now it's
clever.
spread, and now that's all they're gonna do. You were gonna say something, Ernie? I didn't mean to cut you off. Oh, okay.
No.
So again, everybody's expectations and everything, and it's been said to us that Thrawn is not going to be in the first half, 3/4, whatever it is. It's going to be the build up to it, and hence the first 2 episodes, I think, is going to be your recap. It's going to be your where Filoni said this is where you're going to bring everybody together on these characters, where they've been, and what has and will be their mission. Sabine, Ahsoka, Hera, all these people, because again, this is, you're going to need those 2 to start the adventure. You know what I mean?
They need to reconcile their issues that they obviously have.
Yeah.
Right?
Which is weird because it seems, a lot happened off camera,
Yeah, and it's a lot of years though. Rebels to now is a lot of years. That's
6 years in itself, I think, isn't it?
Six plus the
Oh yeah,
like 12.
We're looking at almost 12 years.
12 years.
Yeah. Wow.
So it's been a minute. So, hold on. What was I going to say? I was going to say something about Thrawn. One more second. Oh, but before we get to that, we have Thrawn in live action. So shut the hell up. That was the last thing I was going to say. So let's just be happy.
When he speaks, because he's the same voice. He voiced the Rebel song. It's going to be like magic.
He's the man who created Thrawn's voice.
He's going to know the cadence. He's going to know the attitude. You're going to feel it, dude. And I really have no reservations at all. No.
Everything we've heard in audiobook has followed what Mickelson has created for it, which is it's great.
Yep. So, now, Sabine and Ahsoka, what the hell was that about?
So again,
I do not know.
What trailers are very, very good at is to present more questions and answers, which is great, right? Because
Yeah.
we're gonna get this thing, but it did seem like there was that scene where she's still stubborn as ever, and then Sabine calling her master.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And she walked away from the
this
Jedi
conversation.
Order. Yeah, she walked away from the Jedi Order like I walked away from Sabine. Sabine saying you were always hard on me.
Yeah.
Right? You never
Right.
made anything easy for me. Right? Master with
Right.
attitude. Yeah.
Well,
nice jump too. Perfect. Bam.
Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, at first I took it as like a sarcastic thing because she maybe was trying. Remember that whole episode when she had the darksaber and Kanan was trying to train her?
Yeah.
And that's why. And I think maybe again, this is a side note. Maybe Ahsoka was trying to do that same thing, and just stubborn as ever Sabine is, and she threw that in her face, like master, like.
Well, yeah.
Or it could be like what everybody else is thinking. She is force sensitive, and Ahsoka does sense that and trying to bring that out into her.
There is the other side of that where Shin told her, did you catch that? She said, you have no power.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like, what's to put her out there? She's like, you trying to do?
Is that me or you guys?
It's me. It's probably me.
My internet's going down too, so
Oh.
it's a very inopportune time.
Oh,
Mooch
it's
just went
everybody's.
Max Headroom.
It seems like it's everybody.
On my end here, I just lost everybody. So, what's up, guys? Let's break down this trailer. So, what we got going here is,
the internet.
That's hilarious.
We should be back, guys. Sorry about that. It was
Solar flare.
solar flare in the
refracting off swamp gas.
It's only going to be
Matt
like
Logic
130 tonight, so.
I know, right? Matt Logic said we lost the whole stream, so I guess we disappeared for a minute. Wow.
Are we back?
I think so.
It looks like we're back.
I see it. It looks like we're okay.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Gavin Connor
who's
says
pulling
we're
the
on
plug
to
there, Ernie? How close we were to something that Lucasfilm had was like,
Whoa, yeah, like it. I like it a lot.
nobody talked about the hologram in front of her, so there's that. But
We're coming.
We're getting there.
Oh yeah, but let's talk about. Okay, there's a good point too. But he's talking about what a Jedi must do to her. I know he did that in Rebels, though. It's the same message. But I guess that's another hint towards that. I don't think she's forced it. So I think she just fought her. She just trained her in fighting. I think that Sabine really wanted some training with a lightsaber because she's the only one left that can use it. To be a warrior, right? It doesn't mean that Jedi. It's not that every warrior is Jedi. You know what I mean? Yeah. So Sabine's an absolute warrior, and Ahsoka probably was trying to prepare her for the fight to come. And Grievous was trained in the Jedi arts.
Yeah, 100%. There you go. And that whole thing about throwing her face like you have no power. It's because she probably thinks like, look at this person, flinging a lightsaber around. You're not, one of us, kind of. You're not on our level.
She doesn't sense the Force in her probably too, but yeah.
Yeah.
Has anybody checked her midichlorian levels? I mean, come on. We all know that's the real method of testing Force.
We really don't get enough into midichlorians anymore.
She's got 3.
I know, right?
They really need
3 midichlorians.
Yeah. Well, I guess the only other time was
take a blood test. I need a blood test before we fight. Okay.
We need an M count.
But a very interesting conversation and theory crafting anyway. But would you guys have a problem if they made Sabine Force sensitive? I mean,
no.
I don't want to have a problem with it, but I feel like we would have seen some kind of hint about it before now, because she did struggle using the darksaber. She struggled with, nothing has come natural to her, as most Jedi seem to have this natural ability, this inherent natural
foresight and reactions. And
that being said, and I know we've seen her only in animation before, her reflexes and her ability to jump and stuff like that are very Jedi-esque in the cartoon. But then again, they always do that a lot in the animated series, having people be able to leap tall buildings and stuff.
I was just going to say that about later on when we talk about the Ahsoka. She was jumping towards that ship. She was about to have to make one of those animated jumps. Yeah. And I can't wait to see it because Ahsoka does that all the time. And that's part of this trailer. I'm all, she's about to make an Ahsoka jump. And then they cut it. So who knows if she did.
Hopefully she lands and drives her sabers into the ground to stop.
Oh my God, dude.
Moving.
Come on.
Just give me that scene again. Shit, what were we talking about there? I lost it.
Sabine being forced.
Did I want it? No. Yeah. Because we've gone thousands of years as Mandalore the Great created the Darksaber as the only Mandalorian Jedi, and all of a sudden in this timeline, we're gonna have Grogu and Sabine, Mandalorian Jedi in it all over the place. You can't have that. That's dumb.
Yeah.
One or the other. You can only have one.
I
It's
don't.
strange that the use of the word master, and that Ahsoka has abandoned her, and it's just it's a very strange choice of words to not
is.
be Jedi.
I read into it the way she said it. I read into it like a sarcastic master. You know what I mean? Because you were trying to treat me like a Padawan, and I'm no Padawan kind of deal. Like that's how I.
And Ahsoka's no Jedi, so it's difficult, right? So.
Right.
Yeah, but you got to take into consideration what Ahsoka says too, and I mean, Ahsoka, why would she say she abandoned her? Why would she feel bad for abandoning her? Because honestly, Ahsoka left the Rebels crew completely. I mean, she took off. She never trained Sabine in the show. She was just part of the team, and then she disappeared, never came back.
Yeah.
So something happened somewhere in between during that 12 years that I'm hoping we get all sorts of flashbacks to.
To Mooch's point, that's probably going to be the first 2 episodes. Now, I did see a thing yesterday where they figured out all the scenes from the last trailer, not this trailer, the teaser. They went through and could figure out which they knew which episode they were all from, and they went through episode 4. So Thrawn will be in it before episode 4 because he was in there, but all the major stuff there was the first half.
Yeah,
I don't think we've seen anything second half.
Gotcha.
Ernie, can you confirm?
Yeah.
All that we've gotten is usually always the first episodes, the first couple.
I'm just saying the Thrawn thing, we were worried it was going to be like 6, 7, or 8 before we saw him, but it should be first half.
His return, I think it'll.
Right.
Yeah,
that would make people so mad.
Yeah. Well, you'll
whole
see the
game at the
return,
end.
and then you'll get into the meat and potatoes of it.
I would actually assume we'd see his blue ass by the end of the second episode, like we did with Vader in Kenobi.
Like a major teaser, and then drop it for a couple episodes, and then bring it back up.
Yeah, because you could remember.
That'd work.
Yeah, remember they didn't see Vader in the first episode of Kenobi, and if they would have released that without Vader, right? They had to do the double episode so you could see Vader.
Yeah, that's
and
right.
And then it was all cool.
A laughable part about it is, how do we know what we're not getting with some of those scenes is like a live action recap of Rebels?
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
so
we
awesome.
like what we've
so
missed.
awesome.
We've got
saying?
this.
Yes.
And
right.
Yep.
This, which I actually pulled an image that were side by side. I'll try and pull it up while we're talking, but I don't know where they're making it almost seem like it's a romantic moment where Sabine never had a romantic inclination towards Ezra ever.
He dug her.
Yeah. Oh yeah, absolutely. But she did not reciprocate.
But you don't know what you have until it's gone, man.
Correct. That's what I was gonna say. That's what I'm saying. The love is after. He is now gone and taken away to where she always treated it as I'm not interested in you.
They were very sibling-esque.
Yeah, but you don't caress the cheek of your sibling on a picture. You just don't. Not in this state. Anyways,
she heard you can increase M count if you have it inserted.
Yeah.
Or injected, I should say.
See, so we have.
So check it. These scenes right here are side by side, taken from the finale of Rebels.
Fantastic,
and
right?
What we saw. Yeah, and I mean it's almost shot for shot. You've got the ships flying by the tower. You've got Sabine approaching the mural. You've got Sabine touching Ezra's face in the mural.
Yeah.
You've got her turning around, and she looks amazing.
She's awesome.
Yeah,
She looks incredible. And then you've got Ahsoka down below. The only difference is she doesn't have that big, Gandalf staff going on there.
Yeah. So. You know what? The Gandalf staff was kind of weird anyway, to be honest.
It
was.
Was, yeah.
Now that it's not there, it's just kind of weird. Did not have it because it was. But
maybe it is just off camera. Maybe she
chucked it.
Maybe she lowered it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, this doesn't belong with me.
And there's a little broom boy over there, grabs it. Little kid.
Yeah, maybe she threw it off a cliff and it didn't mean anything. Yeah.
This thing doesn't work. You know what this means? It means that this damn thing doesn't work. Back to the truth. All right, so Gordon, can we get a live reaction video of Chris seeing Thrawn for the first time in whichever episode of Ahsoka he gets revealed in? The pit needs it. There you go.
Yeah,
Chris.
we should have your wife with the camera on you the whole time, just to be on the safe side.
And we just
she won't be up at midnight, but my kid will. So he's here from college, so we'll do that.
Nice. Yes, Gordon, that needs to be a thing, and then that'd be so fun.
As soon as he talks or does something awesome, I'm going to lose my.
Yeah. But the live action recap, I heard that Filoni said that's what he needed to do anyway. It's just again bring everybody up to speed and have. I'm interested in seeing how they do it, and by the end of like mid that second episode, have that Thrawn step in to set up the danger.
Any chance we get a recap to the Purgles?
They were in the shot.
I mean, there was a. It looked like a Purgle in this shot. Yeah,
the tentacles that we saw them flying through. I don't have a screenshot.
But there is a shot of the big monster coming out, and it is like, I mean, it's got the markings and everything. I'm like,
oh, I missed it. You know what? I hadn't watched it more than when I sent it to you guys until the last 40 minutes before here. Yeah, and then I watched it over and over.
Would we get pulled down if we played it at this? While we're talking about it,
you can put no sound on it.
Ernie didn't.
Yeah, no sound.
Ernie didn't get pulled.
Put it up, no sound. We'll just roll.
It's the sound that does it. Okay, and then even when they do, you got to try and fight it. So, yeah, if you have no sound on it, which is fine, and I had all right captions on. So,
do we want to try this?
Yeah,
this way you can go.
Go for it.
Let's see.
It's 2 minutes awesome.
Yeah. So I don't know where that was in the shot, but it was like, holy crap!
I'm just gonna play I'm gonna play the whole thing.
Just have it at loop. Just have it on.
Or then we can just pause through and rip it.
Yeah.
Mystery Science Theater it. Which one do you want to do? Come on, we got all sorts of choices here. Since it's mute, we can just roll.
Let's see if I can make this a little large. Oh, nope.
If we disappear, you know why, guys.
If I had a dime for every time I said that, Scott.
Yeah, no kidding. For the audio people, just in your head, just play the trailer over and over in your head, just like you do.
Oh, we'll talk our way through it. So yeah, it's no big deal. All right, so we've got the shuttle, who I assume is Balon and Shin's shuttle, flying towards a Republic cruiser.
Yes.
Oh my God!
Shin is all over. These blasters are all sorts of crazy, right? Taking people back. They're like a Wookiee bowcaster.
Oh right, yeah. The force behind that, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I want to grow my beard like that, but Marco can do it so much better and do that
as grayer.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, that's the cosplay right there.
Yeah, if I can, because I'll do that. Well, I'm not as big as Balin, tall. I can fake it.
I wish there was a way I could. Okay, there we go. War is inevitable. Balin saying this stuff. Just the action shots of the lightsaber dueling, and going up against these Republic troops.
I am very satisfied about
her attack right there was so fast, dude. That was so awesome.
Yeah,
I'm very surprised that we don't have orange sabers yet.
At full speed, I thought that was it. Now I don't see it because he's got a goatee.
No.
Yeah. Do we have orange crystals? No.
We don't. Not yet. Not yet.
Oh, you guys will get them. And at first I wasn't sure about the sabers, man. When we saw pictures and stuff,
right.
I'm sure about the sabers now. They're sick. They're awesome.
Mm-hmm. Totally awesome. So we're at the point in the trailer where we're looking at the statue where Ahsoka is looking up at, and I know a lot of people are talking about the sister of the Mortis arc.
I don't think so. That looks more like the spirits, the wills, or whatever it was that Yoda went and sought information from. The face looks like one of those masks,
but that has a nose. Did they have a nose on the wills?
I don't know. I don't remember.
No, man. The hands are just like the.
I know the hands are up.
Yeah.
But it doesn't look like the sister from the Mortis arc. But whatever, could be an artist.
It's the live action version of it, right? So she's a little bit different. But it makes a lot of sense that it would be the sister because of the whole Ahsoka connection and all that. And I had a thought before Chris freaks out here. Like Ahsoka was pulled out of in between worlds and everything, and Ezra heard that echo and went towards that. It wasn't his purpose. It wasn't whatever. Mortis, she did die. Like, she was killed by the dark side and brought back from the light side. Yeah. In essence, and that's where I think there might be some sort of different connection Ahsoka has. That's why she's the center point of this whole thing. She's the one,
she's been through some shit.
She's the one who got. And when she was pulled out of the world between worlds, she went back. And I mentioned this before. She went back to that point. Did not go with Ezra, and that's the last time we saw her in Rebels until the end, right?
That's really good. That's why she seems so wise for who she is. Yeah, she's been through a lot as so young. Been kicked out and brought in and messed around with it with the Mortis arc. She's gone to the dark side and back.
She got killed. I mean, twice, and essentially, with Vader. Yeah, and
you're right. That's really. Yeah.
And I'm thinking that there's gonna be some sort of like why Ahsoka's the center focal point of this whole thing. It's not just because she heard rumors or whatever. She's in tuned or there's something again. Going to that temple could be a bigger spiritual thing. That's why I get more excited about those kind of like side stories, rather than a continuation of Rebels. And there's a lot there, and she's the one who got the spirit animal, the owl. You know what I mean? Yep. Nobody else did. It's like except for Kanan, really. But yeah, there's just like I said that she's becoming one of my favorite Star Wars characters ever.
Me too.
She's been mine for a long time now.
Yeah. She's my favorite Jedi. She's the best Jedi of all of them. The greatest Jedi of all of them. You got her. Okay, I was telling my wife this earlier. I'm like, damn. I said this is gonna be the best Star Wars ever. I've got my favorite Jedi and my favorite villain.
I agree, dude.
Yeah. How do you get out? I mean, Vader, Vader just is Vader. He's different, right?
We understand what you're saying. Yeah, we understand that. Yeah.
Vader's just Star Wars.
I really want to think that, but at the same time, I don't want to get my hopes up. But I haven't really been, Ernie, other than the Book of Boba Fett, I really haven't been all that disappointed in things. And even then, it was only sometimes. Some things were disappointing.
I wasn't disappointed in Boba Fett at all.
I'm better every time I watch it.
Yeah,
it does get better
every damn time. Yeah.
I was disappointed with like the special effects in the Obi-Wan show.
That
was a little disappointing.
It was very TV.
Right, but this seems, just from the shots we've seen of the ships and everything, it seems like they've remedied that. It seems like they've put the time and the money into this show.
This is what
this one more than Mandalorian looks movie quality.
Yeah,
this looks really, really tight. And the space shots, the ship shots, all tight.
And this one screams, pay attention. Like the Ahsoka series screams, pay attention to Star Wars. Mandalorian's like this fun adventure and intertwine, and these things are happening. But this one is like, this is the continuation of our enterprise, our IP. You know what I mean? And it means so much more.
Say Enterprise?
Look at that ship. What is that?
Yeah, it looks like a hopper of some.
Is that one of the ones that has the sails?
No. This is that ship. This is the shuttle from the very beginning. Yeah.
Oh,
it actually looks. I don't know. It kind of looks like Captain EO ship.
You're probably right. It's the angle. They would do it.
Look it. Who would they throw it? So this is a shot though, is also of when she says the master line is this hologram was on the ground. So what is this?
You thinking this is the platform where they were all the three of them were, or the four of them were standing there with the Ahsoka and Baylan?
Because I think it is. It's the hologram that's there too. So
because I think this is where she. This is not the where she cuts her way through. That was a different area, right? That's a different. Remember that part in trailer where she cuts her way and drops down and sees the statue?
I don't know. It's gonna be hard to tell. This might be the same place. Could be. It's hard. Yeah.
I love this. Like Black Series. Come on.
Elsbeth.
That's it.
Is her name, and Morgan Elsbeth, and I cannot wait to see her in action.
And Morgan Elsbeth is like the witchiest name ever.
Right? It is, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And she is absolutely wearing what you would think would be a Night Sister's outfit. You know, the blood red, dark brown.
Dude, and what can keep the Emperor's essence alive at this whole time is Night Sister magic. I mean, it's like, it's all there. You know what I mean? If our internet starts flickering, that's exactly what it is, guys. So it's like,
that's so much better than just Sabaoth. It really is. You got a Night Sister and two badass looking former Jedi, or at least one former Jedi in her.
Right.
Look at that. That is so cool. Where she's got the whole galaxy in the palm of her hand. That is really neat looking.
It's like Men in Black.
Yeah. What is that? What is that?
Orion's
belt.
The galaxy is on Orion's belt.
How can it be on Orion's belt? It's a series of stars. Makes no sense.
Keeper of the. Yeah, she pulls us out of a locker.
Yeah,
she pulls the galaxy out of a box.
This is right here, Chris, where I'm with you with the Starforge. The power such as you never dreamed. Again, so it's telling us we have it. This is something new. This is not, and they're all after it.
And then they can link it back to the Old Republic, which puts you back to different stories you can deal with Revan, and it's how you start connecting stuff if you bring that here instead of what we did before.
Yeah,
it's
because
really
the
neat.
ancient. Yeah, because the Dawn of the Jedi, the Mangold's movie, Dawn of the Jedi, could deal with the Rakata technology and all that. I mean, come on.
The background here is interesting too, because you've got a lot of it looks like a lot of red trees or something like that. It looks very desolate right here in the initial shot of the place. So
Yeah,
it's kind of cool that you've got a different. Yeah, it's definitely red trees and stuff in the background. It's really cool.
I love it, dude.
But this dude, Ray Stevens, he's just gone way too soon. I was really hoping this character was going to last.
It's when he was announced as cast and when we saw him for the first time, I felt like, there's perfect castings out there, and then there's ones you go, I'll have to grow on me. No, this from the beginning it was perfect
immediately.
Even Shin, even Shin, I'm looking at Shin and her, and even just what I seen in the trailer, I'm like, it's just
perfect.
Yeah. It would remind me the size and everything of Bane and Xana, right?
Yes.
Like I get a real vibe from them of that. That's
absolutely.
Mr. Scott Dubb joining us. Long live Filoni for linking everything together.
No doubt.
100%.
No doubt.
So
and
that
that's his voice too. Yeah.
So that shot you had the one back a second ago when you paused it. There you go.
That one.
That's the one that everybody was saying is reminiscent of the Rakatan star map, and that's what they started linking to the Starforge.
Gotcha. And you see, there's definitely two ships there. There's one on the left, one on the left, and one on the right. So that's
right.
Cool.
Right, and obviously because we do have the Ahsoka Balin moment in this area with the stuff flying around like in this area. So we're gonna good confrontation there. Just love it.
Is the lightsaber battling? Oh my god!
Is that an Imperial ship or the Republic ship?
Definitely Republic. That is a General Madine style outfit that.
Yeah, they're breaking him. They're breaking him.
Some people are thinking that General Madine was the dude that Balin killed in the beginning.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah,
could be.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
General Madine in the old legends, General Madine was the first actual canon character to die in a novel. I think it was. I don't remember what book it was in, but General Madine was the first one to get killed in the old legends novel, post Return of the Jedi. So
nice.
I always remember being kind of shocked by that. I think it was in the Jedi Academy trilogy. So
I got you.
Anyway.
He was a big deal in the Rogue Squadron game on that Nintendo 64 too. If I recall.
Yeah, definitely. So that would be kind of a cool tie-in, Madine getting gunned down or getting stabbed, because he's the one that he says I'm no Jedi to him, right? He could have
Well, no, he says we are no Jedi.
Oh, we are no Jedi.
I'm telling you, that's what I'm saying. He's talking to Ahsoka. Ahsoka's the one before that said, I am no Jedi. The fact that he said that to her, I don't think he's talking about him and Shin. He's talking about her. They're talking about something.
Gotcha.
Okay.
He's trying to connect to her.
Okay. Now, this shot
exactly what a Sith would do, too, by the way. But he's not saying. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
The fleet there looks incredible. And it just makes me wonder, are they in the middle of trying to, what were they doing? Disarming themselves at this point?
Is this Leia's resistance?
God, dude. Oh, that'd be better. But this is disarming. They're taking him somewhere. That would suck, Scott.
Right?
See them screwing themselves over.
Because you're going to piss Chris off if you get more bureaucratic Mon Mothma, doing her stuff, dismantling the armies and stuff like that.
Boy, I hope we don't see Mon Mothma soon.
Oh, I don't care if we see Mon Mothma. You know how I feel about Mon Mothma. She's a waste of space. She is just useless. She's doing
now. Yes, the whole New Republic.
Leia, 2024.
Yeah,
no,
that would be great if that was like Leia's resistance. You know what I mean? Like Ahsoka goes and there's this huge threat. No one's listening to us. The Republic is. I don't even know what they're doing. We've got these new bad guys coming in. We've got Thrawn, and then we got all these things. And then Leia's like, "Well, I have this," and it's like the big resistance fleet. So
yeah, right.
It don't make sense to do it that way, right?
She just comes out and throws it out. There she is.
Boom! I got these.
Put it back, Leia. Put it back. We got it.
So Hera looks absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I'm cool with Hera. Like I'm really cool with her. I'm good.
What's more important to me is if you close your eyes and listen, I'm good with it.
I got you.
I get that it's Hera, and same very much so with Ezra.
Yeah.
It's almost that they used the recording from Rebels for that one because it really sounded like Ezra.
Got it. Oh yeah. It did. No, it did. It really did. Yep. Yeah. Mr. Scott Dubb, I'll take Mon Mothma so long as we don't go back to Tatooine. Yeah.
Man,
We
what are
might
the
not be
odds?
going
No
back.
doubt.
We're gonna be so disappointed when we don't go to Tatooine on this series.
This is taking. They said this is taking place at the same exact time as Mandalorian 3. So there's opportunity to stop by everywhere. So, because
where do you think
Kara's
Kara's flying from right here?
What's that?
Where do you think Kara's flying from right here?
Right.
Just picked
I just
up
visited
people from
Boba
Tatooine.
Fett.
She's going to get Carson, who is stopped on Tatooine to get something from Pelly. Blah blah blah. They end up recruiting Boba Fett. And the whole crew's together.
Gonna go pick him up.
And he says, "Let me grab my dude." And then they go grab the dude, and all of a sudden Zeb knows everybody, and he's there, and we're good.
Yeah.
So this is simultaneously happening along with Mandalorian season 3.
Same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Different.
Yeah, I forget who it was, Filoni or Favreau, that said that the other day. It was the same time.
I think it was Gordon earlier in the chat said we haven't seen the Ghost yet, which is absolutely true, but that is the Phantom 2.
But we got the Phantom, right?
We got the Phantom 2, so we know the Ghost is coming. And I wasn't on last week's episode, but my money is still on the Ghost being the new HasLab.
So it seems like
I'm putting all my money on that, man. And
it's a safe bet.
I will get that. I will get it.
I don't know where you're gonna put it, but it's a safe bet.
I don't know. I'll figure something out. It'll be on the center of the USS flag. It'll just be there.
It'll be the USS flag.
Right.
Yeah.
Remember that coffee table that your wife did not want you to have? Well, guess what? It's now called a Ghost.
That's what you have to do. Is you'd have to get like a circular glass case to put it in and make it a coffee table and put it right up there and just have it displayed. Seriously.
But all your collectors out there, it's looking really good for the Ghost.
Hopefully, man. I hope. The only other thing I could think of was and I don't think it would, and I know this is off track here, which you guys didn't mention was the Marauder from the Bad Batch, because the Marauder actually has all of those same features that were listed in that. And I'm thinking there is no way in hell with Ahsoka coming up that they would waste time putting out the Marauder.
Well,
the Marauder is
Hasbro,
cool,
and
but the Marauder would fail.
Yeah,
exactly. It wouldn't make it.
No,
it is Hasbro, and they'd be like,
just like the lightsaber, just like the Rancor. It wouldn't. It doesn't have the right people.
Chances are, it would have a better chance of making it since it is vintage collection. It's a little bit on the more affordable side than say a Black Series version of it. But
there were no way Black Series. Yeah,
there's no way Black. But I think it would be a waste of time and energy to make the.
It'll just kill the line.
It could still be or Shuttle Tydirium.
I will.
There's not because you got your crew together.
There is a rear turret. There's a rear gun,
and there's a crew.
And it is the 40th anniversary of Return of the Jedi. So I mean, there is things that are
and that has been a fan favorite ship since the beginning of time. So
that's my favorite Imperial ship. Yeah.
But the Imperial, I mean, the shuttle that we have is massive. It's not to scale, but it's massive already. I can imagine how big the damn thing would have to be in order to make it to scale.
But wouldn't that be Marauders? That'd be the same. Ghost is bigger. Ghost is massive.
Ghost is huge. Yeah,
huge. Ghost is definitely better.
Yeah, Ghost is massive. Yeah. So they're all going to be. Any of those are going to have to be gigantic. That was kind of the point last week. How I know the Katana is not to scale, but it's giant, and you would just think the ship would have to be a little bit bigger than the Katana. So I don't know.
Yeah,
in a square.
Right.
both ways, X and Y.
Right.
You know what
I
mean?
Right. Phantom 2 on the screen.
Yeah.
All right.
Phantom 2, woohoo! Which, I mean, that says Ghost. So,
absolutely.
Anyways, moving on.
Wait
a minute. Okay. Hang on. Right
there.
Star Wars first sociopath hero is.
All right, Ernie, where are we at?
Now.
What planet? What are we doing? Is this Lothal? Is that water down there?
That's water.
That is definitely water.
That's water. That's ship. Whose ship? Right.
Moncal?
Is that a ship or is that a city?
Moncal.
Could be a floating city.
I'm thinking Moncal, since they had a whole bunch of Moncal freighters in the other shot.
Where would Hera be? She's part of the fleet at this point, maybe. Right? She's with everybody, and see Leia down there. She's waving. She's way down there.
She's in the corner, top corner.
If you squint your eyes, you can see Princess Leia down there. Okay.
But
we just want that tie-in. We just want that tie-in.
She'll be in it. They're going to be. We'll see them. I don't think they should though. I think they should mention them by name or in hologram. But
I would be 100% cool with the name. I mean, that's just the way
a name
I am. Sure. Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, they threw Anakin in there, and I'm like, I melted. And I don't even need to see him. But a flashback would be great. But just the
That's all you need.
just
Anakin's
mention
different
Anakin
though
as
to Ahsoka though.
Yeah.
So like that's okay if we do get some type of Ahsoka and Anakin flashback.
Oh, for sure.
Throwing in anybody else,
That'd be
like, you don't
amazing.
have to. It's Ahsoka's story, so
Yeah.
just throw their name out there.
100%, and that could be
agreed.
the link to Balin, right? That could be like the whole how he knows
When he
knew
said
Anakin
that?
and how
Yeah.
dude, yeah. So it all can possibly.
I think there's
happen.
every chance we get a flashback of her with Rex, Anakin, Obi-Wan,
Yeah.
and Cody.
Oh my God.
Well, Tamora is
dude.
confirmed to be in this, right? And I thought Hayden Christensen was
He's in it.
heavily rumored.
He said I can't say anything about it right now.
Okay.
That means I'm in it. He's in it.
Yeah.
I think he's Force Ghost and flashback.
Let's go.
I don't
go.
want to I know we talked about this in our personal chat, but I think that I don't know. I don't want Force Ghost Anakin. I want flashback Anakin.
Force Ghost Yoda would make a lot of sense in this. That whole thing about Anakin becoming a Force Ghost has a lot of like when we really get down to like deep theory crafting on how and why he would be. You know what I mean? Like it was a mistake in Return of the Jedi to bring him back because like
it
and
wasn't
then get
a
the
mistake
lore
in Return
after.
of the Jedi. The mistake was in making it a hard achievement to achieve.
Yeah,
that's very redundant.
Well, that's what I meant by like that. It was too much of a thing that you had to learn and be.
But
connected
it wasn't
to or-
Return's mistake. It was Revenge of the Sith's mistake. Is what?
Yeah.
The thing. If there's a mistake to be made, it's there because
Yeah.
they're all within. Why? Because it was already done. Why make it difficult? We just have to head play that he's been playing around with life after death because he's been trying to cheat death the last 19 years.
Right.
23 years, Vader, right? So you have to figure he just
Right.
figured it out, learned it, trained on it. But I would also say once he dies, I think Anakin is still Anakin when he dies. And I think, be damned, I'm going to go over there and bug Ahsoka and talk to Ahsoka all the time. He loves Ahsoka. He's going to go out there and he's going to talk to her and help her out and do what he can. More so even than Luke. He's closer to her than
I
Luke.
agree. 100% agree. I think there's so much there. And like I said, and with that whole thing about Ahsoka being more connected to, like you said, the world between worlds, the Force or whatever, per her experience, Anakin is her closest connection to anybody that she's ever had. And she definitely could use that, his help and stuff. And I mean,
and besides Padme, it's the same thing,
Yeah.
With Ahsoka.
It definitely will get us in the feels, man. Like because there's just so much there to learn and discuss and happen, in her journey too. Matt Logic is saying Chopper's position is odd. Did the Phantom have a droid port? I don't recall. I don't
think he's actually in the.
Because that wing at the very back does look
know.
like Phantom color.
You're right. You're right. But
Yeah.
I didn't think it was the Phantom either. Because, shit, maybe it is.
He's right there.
He's right there. He sure is.
He's right there.
That is
He's
odd.
right there on the wing.
I didn't remember it having a port. I thought
I
it
was
just a
figuring she was in her
single-person
X-wing because they have a Hera and X-wing pop coming out.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Exactly.
I will do research while we talk.
No, it looks like it.
You thought Chopper was in an X-wing?
No, Hera.
I did. Hera's going to be in an
Chopper.
X-wing.
Chopper,
Hera's going to
hell
be
yeah.
in an X-wing. She has a pop coming out. I just didn't know if Chopper would
Gotcha.
be in it or not. He'd fit, I would assume.
Sure.
Yeah, they have all different
Phantom
types.
2. I'm looking at the Phantom 2 online. No, there is no droid port in the
That's where
Phantom 2
Pele
as far
comes
as I
in
know.
because then she installed it. Here we go.
Rose Tico's mom will be here installing it. That's what's going to
Oh
happen.
Lord. Okay,
Yes.
so no droid port. Interesting. Okay.
Never
Good
day
call.
goes by when someone brings up Rose Tico's mom.
Chrysanthemum.
I think I must have missed that.
Because
That's
I just
still.
made it
I'm
up.
sorry. That does not look like a ship. That looks to me like a city down there in the ocean.
on the bottom. Yeah.
There's
It's
a
like
city.
a
Oh, it does.
port
It
or
does
something.
With
now,
the port,
yeah.
with the
It's a
port at
port.
the end.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a city.
Yeah.
Like I
think
said, I don't
it's my-
remember
I think-
Lothal having oceans or
I
anything
think we're
like that.
talking Moncal. That's where we're going to be.
Yeah.
We've
Right on.
been asking for Mon Cal for years, and we've never
Yeah.
seen it in live action. So I think it's way past time.
Let's
Yeah,
go.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, exactly. Here's the
Uh,
council, the New Republic Council.
See, and they're on the freighter like they were on Return. Same the Moncal
Uh-huh.
ships, Home One or whatever they're
Home
in.
One.
Right.
I think that is Home One. It looks like Home One.
It
at
looks
least.
just like it.
Yeah. But didn't you say, so we've got Mon Mothma right here, just delighting us with her presence. Isn't that Jack
Cat-
Ward from Resistance?
It's Kaz's dad.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You said that. Kaz is there. If anybody dare, that's what I'm saying. Now it's like, well, now we have to bring it up because there's reference there, right?
Yeah, now you're in live action. You can't now it matters. Now everything matters.
So I don't want people to go see it, but
it doesn't.
What's that?
The cartoon Resistance.
Does it though? I mean, he did say right there that he's a single dude. I'm never going to get married, and we're like, oh.
Good.
Cut. Yeah.
A little Back to the Future thing, right?
Yeah.
Where he didn't fall out of the tree.
Yeah. Never happened.
Yeah. So anybody in the chat or in the pit and everything are wondering, he's from Resistance, the cartoon. So watch at your own risk. It might be important.
We'll probably actually realize why he's more important here. I don't know. I can't remember in Resistance if we ever knew why he was so important.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
But they made a deal that he was an important person.
Right.
That his father was important, and we never got a reason why. So this will probably give us that.
It is a good. I appreciate the tie-in. I really do.
Yeah, it is.
Sure.
Yeah,
sure.
I do. I dig it.
Yeah,
that's Filoni's way of like, guys. It's there.
Yeah, I know. Matt Logic. I saw it. I blocked it from memory. Yeah, it's all coming back. It's all resurfacing.
Not good.
It wasn't phenomenal.
Every time there was a promising moment in Resistance, it just took a hard left, and it's like, oh, never mind. This wasn't.
You're not wrong, dude. Hey, you know when the great parts were? When they would bring in Hux, when they would bring in Poe, when they would bring in Kylo
for a second and then drop it. Yeah,
those were the best parts, man.
Yeah.
When he would talk to Leia.
Yeah. Do we know who these other people are in this council? I know we got Reese. I think
that's
Mon
Mothma right there. Yeah.
I don't know.
Reese at the end.
Here's his brother. Reese his brother.
Yeah, but at least this is consistent, Chris, about the her and her New Republic ignoring the signs, and Hera is telling her right here. That's why I'm trying to convince you to help me to prevent another one. Basically, another disaster.
Oh man, see, I'm gonna go ahead and get Chris's pre-mad ready for all season, because every time Mon Mothma comes up, I'm gonna get pre-mad every time. So we come on this show. If I I'm pre-mad before the show comes out in 42 days because she's gonna F up something for sure, and we're gonna be sitting here. Come on, let's go fight them.
I understand that, but it's all part of their downfall and why the First Order rose.
She is their downfall.
Yeah,
she is. Just like when I watch Game of Thrones, it's not Arya, the other fault, the other daughter's fault, the redhead.
Yeah,
everything that happened in Game of Thrones was her fault.
And I don't know if I like that, because Mon was such an impactful character during the Empire reign and the rebel, all that stuff. And
was she though?
Well, I watched Rogue One again the other day. I watched Rogue One again, and as she's the one who's bringing everybody together, leaders. She actually, when the Battle of Scarif happened, she was wanting that result. She wanted that to happen. She was happy with that.
She had to. She said no. Jin went. She had to follow Jin. Jin was the big deal there. Radish was the big deal there.
Yeah, she also smirked when she found out a ragtag went on, and
she smirked.
Merrick was. Well, listen, the Merrick and went off and took the X-wing squadron over there, and she just didn't want the other idiots to fall apart, and it's a hard line to juggle there. Like it is.
Yeah, I get it, but she doesn't juggle. She just holds the ball. She just.
This is what the politics of Star Wars needs. It just needs it. It can't. Like I said, it can't be all black and white. It just.
No, you got to have
some sort of.
She's
we'll see in Andor too.
You know what I really like about this shot. We've got two aliens in this, and one's a Twi'lek and the other one is a Malastare, one from Malastare, a Reese. Classic aliens again. We're getting more classic aliens back in Star Wars, which is exciting to me, trying to take us back on track here as we move along.
No sweat. Let's roll.
But that was on track. What are you talking about?
We also had a Mon Cal. We had a Mon Cal in the background there.
And this is very, and those outfits right there on the right are very. I mean, they're right there in the back of the corner, right? Yeah, very much Return of the Jedi.
Yep.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
The symbol on the back of Hera's jacket. That's a.
I didn't even notice the symbol.
I mean, it's a.
Oh, it's the ghost. It's the symbol that's on the ghost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
So that's on the side of the ghost. Okay. Moving on. So
you know who can help you.
Yeah. Talking about Sabine, and she's
We don't
still
mention
just
her
as
name.
stubborn as ever.
Yeah.
She looks fantastic here.
She does. It's Sabine, dude.
Sabine.
Yeah,
No
it is
problem.
Sabine.
The hair is awesome. They did
Yeah.
it great.
Yeah,
So good.
especially when she cuts it short at the end of this. It's like it's.
Yeah.
Sabine.
I mean, I prefer it long, but whatever. The short matches the show.
So
Yeah.
it makes it seem like she retreated back to Lothal, right? And she has that Ezra connection. Looks like where she was staying at Ezra's place. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that whole,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean,
Is that
The old tower.
it is his old house. Is that a headhunter? It looks like one of those old Z95 headhunters. In the side shot right here, where she's flying,
Right,
she's
right.
rolling up against it.
Yeah, probably. Looks like.
Looks like the precursor to the X-wing.
Yeah.
I like the fact that she's got the Loth Cat painted on her helmet right there.
yeah,
Very
So
cool.
in the
cool.
tradition. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The Crimson Dawn sign symbol on the sleeve.
Nice.
Ahsoka
Now
saying,
it-
Anakin
now it
never
costs.
got to finish my training. I
Yeah.
walked away from him just like I walked away from Sabine.
Yeah.
And
Hair looks so
what
good.
the hell
right
is
there.
that what is that happening? When did that happen?
Right. You never made things easier for me. It's such a weird conversation. Where are they looking at, by the way? On the holo-table. That's
feel
the
like it
that's
was
the
the
place.
place.
It is.
The
It's the
rock
tower.
place.
It's
I
the, it's the rocks. Yeah.
the temple.
Right. Yeah.
We'll call it a temple. Yeah, I mean,
okay. Now
Oh, right here.
Overwatch-
There you go. Good stop.
Yeah.
On the
that is a vintage action figure of R2D2 right there.
yeah.
Our Bingo
very
is back.
cool. Bingo is going to be back for sure. Because you know what, Rebels was very good about using old Kenner figures,
Yeah,
right,
yeah.
and all that stuff. So it's just like Bad Batch. Filoni is great at it. And
Yep.
we got to start doing that again. Same thing. Vintage
The
action
right
figure.
people are in charge of this series.
Yeah.
It's all
Seriously.
continuity.
And
big
they
time.
made Lothal look bright and beautiful like they did right at the end of the season, right? Remember,
Yeah.
we had, and that showed the time passing. So it's going to give us that 12 years
Yeah.
of time. So the end of Rebels now we know is 12 years away from the end of Rebels. Like when we think
Yeah.
it's ending. They go
Yeah.
forward 12 years. That's neat.
Yep.
And
Gordon
she's-
Kenner R2.
Absolutely. She's scooting underneath that headhunter.
Nice stop on the cake. Well done.
I know. Thanks for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And that's where we get vintage R2. So freaking cool.
But which we'll never get in action figure format.
Yeah, that look right
And-
there.
Yeah, and there is a little bit of sarcasm in there, but still,
Yeah, I mean,
I want to
said,
know
you
what happened in
there's-
those 12 years.
And that's what we'll get.
How
yeah.
did they not have this actress thought of when they drew Sabine? Like, it's perfect. She's absolutely dead ass Sabine. I have zero problem. You know, if anybody gives me any shit for any kind of casting on this on the internet,
I haven't heard any.
Sure.
Like, I really
No,
haven't heard any.
honest to
on-
God, the only thing I heard is Elon and
I've heard Thrawn and Hera, but that's it. But I don't even agree with.
I haven't even
But
heard
Hera,
any
I
Hera
don't
stuff.
get.
I don't
heard any
agree with
Hera.
it. Yeah.
Well, they fixed her eyes because her eyes weren't bright green in the original trailer, and they made them bright green.
Oh,
So,
hell,
and I
hot
think
bright
that's
green.
just- And I think that's just the matter of us seeing a pre-digitally enhanced version of it. You know,
Yeah.
Could be. I like to think that they listened.
The guy Sarlacc
important.
said green eyes, green eyes.
That
Got
was
him.
it,
Exactly.
Mooch. That was it.
Yeah. Oh, here's a note. Make Thrawn's eyes solid red. Hey, no, they can't do that now because if it's pure rebels, they don't.
Yeah.
yeah. So I always kind of got the feeling between these two, between Sabine and Ezra, that they were more of like almost like a brotherly, sisterly kind of relationship. But you don't go around, reminiscing at
stepsister.
your.
Yeah, stepsister. That's what it is.
Stepsister.
Yeah.
The this is what makes me wonder. Again, I threw this out to you guys before and everything. This is what makes me wonder about
She's even
Ezra.
tying her hair back. It looks like ready for.
Hey,
No,
We're getting into that. We're getting into that
Easy.
that video.
pull up
this
hologram too.
this was very cool.
This is cool.
It
Dude,
makes me
look at
wonder.
Look at the
Go ahead.
background. You see Ezra's painted Imperial
oh my
Scout Trooper
God,
helmet
you do.
right there.
Yeah,
You see Ezra's tagging right there where he used to tag all the stormtrooper. Let me see if I can get any better shots in
So
here of what
good.
we've got going on. Yeah, so
and that's
great.
why I said my theory of Ezra being dead at this point, where Sabine might blame herself and this whole thing because touching of the photo, the statue.
Yeah, the reason I say no is because this is the end of Rebels. She's just playing it off. This is the
Look at-
second before the end of Rebels.
Look at Ernie's shot right here that he has pulled up. It is the exact same scene painted of his hair.
Yes, Yoko sent it to me today. It's a parallel. There's more pictures too, but it does the whole thing. You know,
poetry. It rhymes.
Yes.
Yeah. The only reason I say that stuff, Chris, is because again of what the information that we've gotten, right? And again, it's the story going a different direction in my head because they're after Thrawn. They never said Ezra. No mention Ezra. It's Sabine that's there at Ezra's house.
But the end of Rebels, she said, "I know you're out there. I'm gonna find you."
But I mean, that could be
Ahsoka says, "Let's go find Ezra." Right. And that's that type of thing. He said, "Come find me." He's alive. He's not dead, man. They're going. If it's dead, no, he's not dead.
Well, I'm just saying, like, it'd be interesting.
Yeah, it would be, but we need another Jedi. We need another Jedi in the mix, right? We're going to need her with the lightsaber, Ezra, and Ahsoka to fight those three.
I'm still afraid of what we're going to see whenever Ezra does show up. You know, are we going to see Ezra like we remember him, like we know and love Ezra, or are we going to see some kind of,
distraught Ezra?
Distraught, maybe dark side ridden. He always kind of towed the line between light and dark, but he always at the end he made the right choice, but being away with Thrawn for so long, we've been saying it for a long time now. What are we gonna get when Ezra reappears?
We know what Thrawn is capable of would be capable of talking somebody into something, right? Thrawn's a master at kind of stuff like that. Balin seems to be
manipulation
when he's speaking, right? I think he's trying to manipulate Ahsoka right there. I think it would be pretty easy to. Not easy to say. Yeah, no, I think easy. Maul almost had him, and I think these guys are better than Maul at it. And Maul was pretty good.
Maul almost had him. There was a time when Palpatine almost had him. Whenever they were in that, the World Between Worlds episode.
The parents,
the parents. There you go. He was really, and it's all part of that whole. He was too old to begin his training, kind of like Anakin was. But he was far older than Anakin was whenever he began his training. He knows what it's like to lose people, and I don't know. He seems
it's the whole thing about attachments.
Emotional.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see what we end up getting.
Oh, the attachment thing. See, that's something. Yeah, that's going to be a little tougher because Ezra has attachments and Ahsoka has attachments.
But again, we're into the new era of how Jedi should, and it's like even Luke said it, right? I mean, like the rules that they set aside, put a forth that was their downfall because Anakin was their downfall.
But he didn't realize that until he went into hiding, and that he didn't go into
right.
He didn't go away till much later than this.
And he's probably the only one that knows. I mean, like he's the only one that knows it, and that's where I would thought that.
No, Ahsoka would know.
As far as she left the order because of the whole trust thing, but she knows about attachments and all that. But
she knows everything, so it's
sure. I wouldn't worry about her, but it's like the new way of Jedi thinking. You know what I mean? Where it has to change because something has to combat these dark side users. I don't know.
It's amazing to me that we can talk for an hour and 10 minutes and we still have like a minute left to go in this trailer.
Yeah.
So
let the Jedis marry.
There's some thinking going on right there because there's going to be some cool shit. Luke's going to show up again. It has to. So
thinking.
Yeah.
Nice haircut. That's awesome.
And so we can, right here in that shot right there, that going off.
Which
is
one?
That
And how long does she have Huyang, right? Because he's in the passenger seat there behind him.
He's exactly. I looked at that shot before and I was like, okay, is that the ending of Rebels? How it had Jason in the cockpit and then Hera, Sabine, but we didn't see Huyang right in the cartoon.
Oh, yeah.
But
you just said his name, so let's hold on real quick. So we saw everybody ready to talk about that for a second? Everybody cool with the spoiler there that's not in this trailer?
Yeah.
The ghost Lego is out, right? Or coming out.
Right.
Yes.
And it has Jason in it. So the ghost and Jason are confirmed. They're coming, right?
It had Jason with brown hair, yes.
Brown hair, which makes sense. And that's, I think, what we want to talk about. I want to talk about really is Rebels made no sense having him with green hair. Green skin would have made sense. Twi'leks don't even have hair. So the change on him they're going to complain about eventually is why doesn't he have green hair? One, Sabine could have painted it green for him.
There you go.
That's how we're going to play it. That's how we should play that. That's how we should play it because it makes more sense for him to have Kanan color
what
hair.
Twi'lek trait would you get? I mean,
skin,
green eyes, maybe, or
green eyes.
Yeah. So You know,
nice.
And you don't know about where his Twilight or
green.
his Leku ended up.
This is why humans and Twi'leks don't procreate.
Whoa! Put that thing away.
All I know is that in my least favorite screenshot in all of Rebels was at that last episode was the end when we saw Jason and just how goofy he looked.
Yeah, of course.
He looked like a goofy kid with green hair. It was terribly, in my opinion, you know, come at me if you must, but he looked terribly animated. It was really bad. And he looked goofy with that bright green hair. I'm glad they changed it. It makes it more realistic, I think. I don't know. Had he green hair in the Lego figure, I'm sure there's a way they could have done it. Sure. Maybe he's got a slight green tinge to his hair when the light hits it a certain way. Who knows? Yeah. I'm just glad he doesn't look like that goofball we saw.
Yeah, I'm glad they switched it up. I'm glad for the brown hair, honestly, because I thought that was a problem anyway, and we can easily explain it with
Sabine. But it's almost a confirmation. I mean, it's as confirmed as ever. It's like a set coming out, and you have a character that's. If this is Rebels, I mean, he's got to be in it, right? So,
yeah. I mean, this shot,
every shot with Rosario, come on, every shot with her is perfect.
She was fighting one of Thrawn's attacked the HKs, right? Is that what it was first?
It looks like HKs.
Yes.
Yeah.
It looks like an HK.
And remember, they had the Chimera logo on in
they did
Mandalorian when they went to them. So he's he's got an Inquisitor, which I'm assuming now I'm assuming that's Raylan right there with a
Raylan?
Inquisitor. I would think so.
Baylan. Okay. I don't know because that Inquisitor looks from this angle looks feminine. And it also nowhere near
he just got big butt.
Nowhere near as big as he is though. Ray Stevenson is a big dude.
True.
Yeah.
Then it's the
so
Shin.
We have a third,
most likely Shin if it's
Saber, a third guy.
Or it could be Elsbeth because we haven't seen her with her saber yet, but she did have the HKs.
Right. And this could also be finally finding out what happened to Luminara Unduli, or what's her name?
Oh my God.
Her Padawan. God, what was her name?
I lost it. But why? Yes, and
oh my God.
The chat's going to say it right now.
Yeah, who's say it.
Who's Padawan? Ahsoka's?
No, Luminara's. The one that turned on everybody.
Yeah.
Barriss.
No.
Yes, Barriss.
We need Barriss ended up almost being Ahsoka's arch nemesis by the end of that arc. We need some kind of finalization with that character. She was just led away by the Republic Guard. You know, she was in Grand Moff Tarkin had her in his possession. There is no reason to think that Vader wouldn't have trained her as an Inquisitor. Barriss Offee should be an Inquisitor.
Yeah.
Why do I think that she was dead? Why do I think that they found her body in
Luminara?
Luminara. Thank you. Okay.
That was that was like episode 4 of Rebels. Whenever Kanan got the message and was going to push Ezra off on Luminara.
Yeah.
That's right.
So
yeah, man, that would be great if that would be great.
If this is Barriss, I mean, that would be incredible. We haven't seen this Inquisitor's face, but we've seen 2 different shots of this Inquisitor in this trailer alone. So, and that is definitely a red lightsaber. That's not an orange lightsaber.
Right.
No, like I said, there's a third party here that this trailer introduced. You know what I mean? We have So
that is definitely a female, though. That is definitely a female.
Yeah, and if it's Barriss,
I don't know. Why do you think that? I think that could be a fit dude right there. I don't know. I don't see any boobs.
It's definitely not Baylan.
It's the hips. It's it's very feminine hips. I do think that is a female Inquisitor.
It looks bigger than Ahsoka right there by a good margin. Back foot's touching, long leg, taller.
Ahsoka's also kind of squatting a little bit too. So jumping into action. I don't know.
It's tough, but it's neat though. I'm good with anything. Honestly, I don't care right now because everything else is cool. Just add me another Inquisitor to it.
100%. 100%.
Here she is. There's that other scene from the Rebels season finale where she's approaching the mural, and I want that mural. Like I want a statue of that painted mural somewhere that I could put in this house. I don't know if Julie would be into it. But I'd be into it.
She's not good with the ghost coffee table. How is she going to be good with this in your front living room?
Just go with it. Just go with it.
It brings it all together.
Yeah, I'm on your side. Hey, peace, brother. I'm on your side.
I appreciate that. But I love the animated look, you know, the fact that they have, and it is a slightly updated to look a little bit more like the characters, like the actors. But
yeah, of course,
it's
great.
It's gorgeous. I am so ready for this. So Sabine looking. Is she wearing
there you are. There you were.
Yeah.
With the
But what is she wearing? Because she's not wearing her armor right there. Sabine's not wearing her armor.
jumpsuit.
Is she in disguise?
Oh,
Could be in an
her
Imperial
hair
disguise.
doesn't look dyed either, does it?
No, it doesn't. And she did that whenever she would go in disguise. She would always make her hair
When
black.
she infiltrated the Empire, she always had black hair again.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a trope for sure. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here's the shot of the Purgle.
Wow.
That's awesome, dude.
Especially introduced in Mandalorian season 3, and now we're seeing a full Purgle.
I think,
cool.
I think I heard Zillo Beast also because it does have the beak for it. But I mean, Purgle is makes more sense. It's got the markings, you know what I mean? And it's on both sides of his face if you really look. So it's got the
markings and the little tendrils up front, like a Purgle.
Yes.
So this is definitely a Purgle.
So
and it's flying.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
it's in the clouds.
Oh yeah.
So,
come on, HasLab Purgle.
Do they have rear turrets?
You don't want to see that.
Certain point of view. Yeah.
Fair enough.
Okay, wait a minute. So it looks like Ahsoka is actually wearing a guard outfit of some.
All right,
that's the rebel guard.
Well, check this out. Her sleeve though.
Yeah, there's some kind of an emblem.
It's the Old Republic, not Old Republic, but the
Empire, Imperial.
From oh my God, from the prequels, the Republic.
The old, not the Old Republic, but
the one with the Imperial symbol came from. The one that the
normal Republic.
The normal Republic.
Right.
The now Republic, not the.
What's happening now? No, the then Republic, not the now Republic. The then Republic.
I don't know. It almost looks like an Imperial emblem on her shoulder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It looks like it was the.
What if that's not Sabine and that's Ursa?
Ursa.
Her mom.
Oh, Ursa. Thank you. Forgot her mom's name.
Mom was one more black, and that doesn't exactly look like the same person from this angle, to be honest.
It doesn't.
Hang on. There you go. Right there.
Yeah,
okay.
That's Ursa. Sabine.
Woo. Sabine Woo.
You know what?
Sabine
Trailers and closed captioning suck. There's never any good theory crafting when you got shit like that.
It's true, man. It's true.
Yeah, that's weird. Okay.
Interesting.
That'll sort itself out. Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah. That does look like an Imperial logo on her shoulder, though. And
infiltrating
with what Sabine's wearing right there.
Yeah.
You know,
like I said, her hair dyed is a big key giveaway.
It's really tough for Ahsoka to get into some kind of garb to
right.
Put this jumpsuit on.
She couldn't get incognito.
No, it's like, well, Obi-Wan took Leia through in a trench coat, so people are just oblivious.
Oh my God.
You know, Imperials are
flying
better
through
things to do.
Purgle,
dogfighting through Purgles right here.
Yeah.
I mean,
oh my God.
Yeah, look at. Woo.
Yeah, and if we don't stop Thrawn, okay, hang on a second. That's the money shot. Hang on a second.
Yeah, he does have gold stormtroopers, just like the leak from a while back said.
Yes, you're right.
They did say there were gold troopers.
Yep.
Sure as shit.
Look at that. Come on, guys.
Oh man.
Ooh. Guys, I'm sorry. I have to step away.
He's never looked as diabolical.
Okay,
sorry,
Ernie.
Yeah, I know there's like 30 seconds left, so you guys still have another hour. Sorry, but I have to kill.
No worries, dude.
Hope everything's okay, bro.
Super excited, but this is amazing. Later,
Yes, sir.
Pit.
All right,
see
man.
you guys later.
Later, brother.
All right.
Thanks, Ernie.
Don't forget to tell them about the secret part of the.
All right, here we are, Elon and the Gold Troopers.
Elon and the Gold Troopers.
Man, they really did make that chest plate like massive too. It's like,
well, you know,
it is. So it's good.
It's an older version, but it fits.
Yeah,
it's an older model, but
what a great outfit! I love it.
Yeah.
I
really wanted to hear his voice right there. You know, he's opening his mouth, he's ready to speak, and
they're saving it. They're saving it. You know.
Yeah. But I think he looks great, man. The cheekbones are cool. I get the two comparisons. I absolutely do. But
in our world, though, in Star Wars, Elon Musk doesn't exist, so we don't know the reference. You know what I mean? It's Thrawn. That's it.
It's Thrawn. That dude is the dude. We wanted that actor. That's what we got. It didn't.
Exactly.
Matt Smith wouldn't have looked like Elon. I'll tell you that. But
No.
whatever.
It's very true. But he wouldn't sound like him.
That's true.
Okay, so here we've got Shin saying, "You have no power," to Sabine, as they do. Look at that!
Yeah.
Oh my God,
that's so
lightsaber
good.
duel between Sabine and Shin.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I know that it's. We'll have to see it. What Sabine's skill level is. I mean, to go against a Force user. So we'll see.
If she drops her saber and she uses her little grappling hook to get it, like she did the dark saber in Rebels, that'd be badass.
Always a Mandalorian. She's got to have weapons all over. I mean,
Oh yeah.
That's how she won the duel with the first dark saber against.
And she was pretty good fighting Kanan. So if Ahsoka had it for a while,
yeah. No, I agree.
Balin, Anakin spoke highly of you, and they're back on that world. Like, look at all that.
See, and that's where
I like
we get a
this
flashback,
banter.
right? Is this where we get a flashback of Anakin?
I think
speaking?
so. This is where you would, because the banter is that Anakin, you brought him up, you son of a, it's like you brought Anakin up in this whole thing. So obviously, they know the ties, they know the deep connections that that Ahsoka has with them, and Balin knows everything about it. So it's like just like a Sith would, very very teasing and very condescending, and because you want you're trying to drive emotions out of their enemies, so they can fight them. So I love the fact that he's even this line is even spoken even in a trailer.
Looking at Balon here, also you see a lot of what they said about Sabaoth. I'm gonna screw up that name every time I say it, but whenever Luke met Sabaoth, he was thinking, here's a guy who looks kind of resembles Obi-Wan Kenobi, who can continue my training, who can show me and I look at this and I'm seeing a guy here who could be an elder statesman Jedi like Obi-Wan Kenobi. It's, who knows what she's walking into here? Does she know who she's talking to?
Yeah.
There's so many cool possibilities here.
That's right.
See, and that's what she doesn't know him. She says, "Oh, you're a Jedi." Oh, and then he says something like, "Oh, we are no Jedi."
Right.
Like to her, that would be the coolest thing to say. The way to say that, right? To me.
Yeah. It's like me, but I don't know you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, so cool.
It's just
look at this. Come on.
Oh my God! Lightsaber duels everywhere. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry.
See, that's what this screams Star Wars. This entire trailer.
Yeah. And this scene right here is going to get your Ahsoka jump.
Yes.
Right.
Yes. Right here is the big jump. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, where the hell's this guy been? How do you even say that?
Hayang.
Yeah. It's just so cool.
Last time we saw him was with the younglings, right? When they went to
that arc
was missing.
and then with Holdo.
When they went to Starkiller.
Not Holdo, Hondo. Sorry, Hondo. Took over the ship, and he had the younglings with him. And
That's right.
Yeah.
So it was.
And didn't he lose a couple limbs in that too? So I remember him being kind of beat up by the end of that episode.
Yeah.
They've had time to fix him up, poor guy. He's ancient.
Yeah.
Which is cool.
Right.
He knows every Jedi.
Every single saber that's ever built.
He's like Ollivander.
He is.
That's right.
He is the Star Wars version of Ollivander.
Again,
absolutely.
What? Huh? Excuse me?
Huh? What?
No, I'm kidding. Yeah. But yeah, just having him here is awesome. I don't care. It's just, yeah.
And this definitely looks like the interior of the Ghost. You've got a larger cockpit. You've got the seats behind. It is definitely a Corellian freighter of some sort.
This is probably one of those moments when they get in the ship, and then when she says, once they're up, it's like, we're home.
Yeah.
Right? When they all show up, they're all on the Ghost together, and then
Yeah.
she says this, and then we're like, oh, chills.
Yeah.
You've got the Phoenix Squadron logo on her shoulder. Man, come on.
Good
Come
stuff.
on. See, this trailer has had me more speechless than just.
And here's what's awesome, and you got to just realize we just ran through Hera, Ahsoka, Sabine, right? These are our heroes in this show.
Right.
Yep.
Not one person here cares because these are all awesome characters. I don't care what they are, who they are, what's up. They're all just awesome characters, and I can't wait to see what happens.
Yeah. Well, Star Wars is great on that fact that, like I said, we look at characters as characters, even that with Cara Dune and Bo and all the running in the hallway scene.
It took me a couple watches to realize, wait a second, there's the only dude here is Mando. He's just laid out with a whole bunch of ladies. And it
just fit because we just like these characters are so bigger than life, and it's like, put them all in, man. It all makes sense. They
built them all right, and then they all kicked, and there was a reason they can all kick ass, and it all made sense.
Yeah, exactly.
There you go. There's your.
Yeah, again, she's got the Mando,
But look, her jumpsuit. She was just wearing her jumpsuit. That's a jumpsuit.
She was. Yeah, it looks like the jumpsuit without the armor, which is unusual for her because usually she's always in the armor. Maybe that's what threw me off, thinking she was in disguise.
That was weird.
But just the lightsaber dueling.
Yeah. There was I went back and I was watching the making of the Mando and had Dave Filoni talking about Rosario Dawson and how much effort and research she did on Ahsoka, and I just yes, I'm biased. I love Rosario Dawson even as an actor, but it's like I can't stress enough how perfect this is. Nothing feels out of place, and it just, to me, it doesn't. The facial expressions, the movements, everything is the cartoon. Like this is all, especially when we do get that jump. I'm just going to be like, my God, I'm excited over a jump. You know what I mean?
This right here actually resembles Corellia from Solo. Yeah. We've got the ocean front. We've got the factories right there on the ocean.
Yeah, you're right.
This really does look like Corellia.
This could be where they're dismantling ships and they're coming to get some.
Oh, yeah, sure. Sure.
But just going frame by frame here and looking at some of this action, it just looks so damn good.
It seems movie quality on a trailer, at least.
It does. And I think someone mentioned that in the pit. There was like, this is not a series. This is like a movie. This is like a good, whatever part movie it is, and freaking awesome.
Yeah, whatever ship they seem to be in right here. I can't say his name.
Yang.
He looks deactivated right here. Looks like he has not been turned on. His eyes are not lit up. He's not. He looks very lifeless right there.
Maybe she just found him.
That's what I was going at.
Sorry.
Maybe they just found him wherever that was that they were battling.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, had to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Wait a second. It's like, See, what happened right there? What happened, guys? That glitch that you saw was me going back to about, like time stood still, and it just went back in this whole timeline about rebuilding the Jedi orders or needing something, and Ahsoka needing Hu Yang.
Ollivander.
She's gonna take him to Luke because Luke is the one who needs him.
That's right.
Yeah. Man.
Because again,
that's where our Luke is going to be.
Ahsoka was with the temple being built. It's all there, and and we're gonna inevitably need Luke Skywalker's help in all this too.
What if whatever adventure they're on that planet, she finds him, knows immediately who it is, and is like, I know somebody who could really use this droid right now.
That's right. Yeah. So we're gonna get a handoff then. Yeah.
Wow.
Hey, Luke, I brought you something. Yeah. I keep bringing you gifts, Grogu, and
that definitely looks like Balon's shuttle right there, though. That's attacking. It's coming at her on whatever planet this is, be it Corellia or Mon Cal.
It could be either. Corellia makes a lot of sense, dude.
Right.
Yeah.
So we get another Inquisitor, and our money's on Barriss.
I did see someone say that it could be the one that didn't die in Rebels. There is one that flew off with their helicopter.
The Inquisitor Rebel right here.
Yeah.
Rick Jones. It's not Barriss Ophi. It's the Inquisitor from Rebels. We never saw die.
But do we know who that Inquisitor was in Rebels?
It was a dude. It was a really skinny dude. Like
You sure it wasn't just a feminine dude looking guy, but it was Barriss really?
But in that,
you're assuming it's 2024, man. 2023. What are we in?
But in Rebels, it was that Darth Maul arc, right? When they're in the temple.
Yeah.
They killed one of them, and then the other one survived. And I thought of
helicoptered away.
Yeah.
The temple fight.
Well, I mean that's cool because we didn't see that guy. We didn't see an end to that particular Inquisitor. But I'm still, I'm thinking we have at some point in time got to have a rematch between Barriss and Ahsoka. It's gotta happen. God,
yeah,
please.
and that's you know why that makes more sense, because like I question the Inquisitor's role at this point in time too. Like, why would there even be Inquisitors?
Right.
Why would there? You know what I mean? So if that was say for example, hypothetical, Barris's last role was an Inquisitor. Now she survived this whole with the Galactic Empire falling and Vader falling. She's on her own, or this Inquisitor is on her own. We don't even have to call it Barris, but it's like coming back to the fold, because it doesn't. I just feel that him or her coming into the picture is not under anybody's authority, but it's his or her own.
Or you've got Thrawn, who is the heir to the Empire. The heir to the Empire probably would have an Imperial Inquisitor with him, maybe.
And he left he left during the Inquisitor time.
Yes.
So it makes sense for one to survive with Thrawn on his ship if he had one. That does make sense.
Yeah.
And
then
he
all sorts of new problems for poor Ezra, but Oh shit! This is Ezra.
Or he's working for the Sith Eternal. He's Ed.
It would be
cool. Ezra. That would be so messed up. Oh, that would just.
I would love it. I don't care.
But guys. Ezra's butt isn't that big. We've established.
We go. Pull up screenshots.
quick.
If it is Ezra, I think that'd be awesome.
It'd
myself. Be cool. But because there's so much to go into that. You know,
I don't like that at all. I don't.
I'm not that attached to Ezra as other people are. I can,
I like Ezra turning.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not that. Ezra is not Luke Skywalker to me. He's not. Yeah, you know what I mean. He's not.
He's gone through a lot of shit. Didn't have the greatest training. I mean, he had good training, right?
Yeah.
But he didn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't perfect, and he's attached to everything. I think he could fall very easily.
He could. I just don't want it. So there.
Oh,
yeah.
I want to say though that in all of the shots we see of Ahsoka in this trailer, that the focus on her eyes in almost every shot is stunning. They make sure you see her eyes are in crisp focus, and it just, I don't know, it draws me in. Like this shot right here. It's why I used it in our thumbnail today. It's just such a stunning shot. You've got all this action, but the freeze frame on her eye just shows a level of intensity that I love. So
that stuff you can get through an animation pretty easy, right? But in live action, to get a shot like that is pretty wild.
Yes,
it is.
That's why I think that it's perfect. It's almost like put the camera on her, and you can have posters on almost every frame.
Almost.
The new poster today was awesome too.
Oh my god, dude!
Yeah. And I have the new poster up here.
There it is.
So
look at that. She looks so good.
Yeah,
calm down.
I can't wait, man. I am so excited for this show.
So
I have no idea.
I'm as I didn't have like the emotions, like that whole like, oh, Star Wars. I was just like paying attention.
Me too.
This trailer got me like. It's that what we do here on Sarlacc Digest. It's like we got information, even though it might be scattered and not in, of course, order, and we kind of theory craft our whole, every scene, every frame. It's that where this kind of trailer put me into a theory crafting mode from scene one, from frame one, and that's why I think this is the pinnacle of Star Wars as far as like this arc is. Ahsoka series is going to be the center point of it all.
This has a chance to be my favorite Star Wars.
It has the potential so far. Like I said, the way Mandalorian season 3 wrapped everything up in a bow, and to have this kind of project this another story, this bigger story that's going on.
Especially if they mix the ends, how Mando is done.
Yeah,
and these are happening at the same exact time. Mando's retiring over here, kinda, and saying he's going to help work for the Republic. Right when Thrawn's back. Boom!
Right.
When we all take off. Hell yeah!
Right. Exactly.
Perfect.
So now, guys, we're not into a side quest. We're into Star Wars story, and that's where the excitement is coming from. And I'm hearing the sentiment throughout. Like I really am hearing that same kind of thing through other podcasts, other shows and channels.
The comment sections are extremely positive.
Yeah.
Extremely,
which is rare.
Like it feels like what we're doing. And. Get prepared. Again, I know we talked about Thrawn and everything about being early. Just get prepared of people saying that he's not in it until whenever. But this is it's a slow burn for us. We love that. Like you don't have to put Thrawn in the first episode and and battle, like, you know, I mean, you don't have
not to battle, but I want to see him.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He's going to be the end of episode 2. It'll be the end of the night when I see him. That's what's going to
It'll be that shot we've seen where you see him walking with his back towards the camera, and then you will see him. He will say something like, I don't know, "Oh, we're back," and then boom, you know, end of the episode.
Yeah, I hope he doesn't say that, but yeah, no. Miss Sunflowers.
Don't take my reaction.
Don't take my reaction. Better late than never, Miss Sunflower. We love to see you in the pit. So yeah, definitely. But yeah, guys.
And with that, it was fun.
Yeah, we can start over. We just throw. Hey, go back to the.
All right, here we go.
War is inevitable.
War is inevitable. Oh, right. So 42 days, guys. I mean, we're in that, like I said, that month and a half. It's perfect timing for a trailer. It's perfect timing to revamp and revisit Rebels. Go back and do the Ahsoka Essentials on Disney Plus. You know, kind of get familiar with it. And I know that the show promised to recap and bring everybody up to speed, but also you know, do your own homework too, right? Like, you know, explore, because I don't think they can do all of it in a few shows and then you know, propel a story going forward. You're gonna have to,
I've been saying for a couple of years now that in my own personal Star Wars world, Rebels might very well be my favorite thing in Star Wars. I absolutely love Rebels. And yes, it's animated, but the story is there. You know, you take the first episode was 2 episodes long. It was a 1 hour full ride, right?
Yeah.
The first half of that is like, am I going to like this? And by the second, whenever Kanan whips out the lightsaber
with the Wookiees,
from that point on, I was invested. And the show, it had a couple of episodes that you could consider being, you know, filler. But as a whole, even those filler episodes, they meant something in the long run. You're meeting characters that actually come into play towards the end. It's what Dave Filoni. Exactly. Vizago. Yeah. It's what Dave Filoni is great at, and that is character building, world building, and creating these arcs where, you know, it's like the Mandalorian. He meets Bo-Katan, he meets this person, and then next thing you know, the next season, they're rebuilding Mandalore. You know, these characters come into play. Yeah. So 100%. Don't discount Rebels because it's an animated series. And I know I'm probably preaching to the choir and everybody's like, we know, shut up already.
And everybody here, but you know,
For those people who haven't seen it, do yourselves a favor and watch Rebels.
You know, that's interesting. You know, we always do like an order of film, how, you know, we do our order, you know, Empire and all those things. It would be interesting to put an order, like time frame events. So you have the time and events of Rebels. You have the time and events of the Galactic Empire. Of the Skywalker saga, like the entire Skywalker saga from Anakin to, you know, the Rise of Skywalker. Well, I mean, thinking about that, it's a lot, but it's a lot of shows and companies. So you're not really narrowing down shows. You're narrowing down like time frames.
I think it'd be kind of more like they do, right? Old Republic, New Republic,
Dawn of the Jedi,
Empire, blah, blah.
I think that would be interesting to kind of visit, you know. And
this post has got a lot of good stuff. It's hard. Rebels and right now, Mando.
OT to me and Rebels, it's like
it's hard. It's hard to do that.
Yeah, I mean.
Well, I mean, Rebels leads almost right into Andor, which leads right into Rogue One, which leads right into the original trilogy. It's all that section of time.
So it's like there's the Galactic Empire arc, right? But you also have Rebels has its own little arc because you have Kanan and Ezra and Ahsoka and Vader, like their relationships. It's not necessarily Galactic Empire driven, but it's like more, you know. But
it is because it's all against the Empire, but it's
in the background.
It's on Lothal mostly, you know, and that's what's neat. But
100%, and then you have like the Ahsoka and the Mandalorian, you know, post Empire and the vacuum and the, you know, it'd be kind of cool to narrow it down that way. Yeah, it'd be fun, man. This is what we do. This is what we live for.
We should do that right after Ahsoka because Ahsoka's going to be in that list. So we're
because then we'll have it. Yeah, because then. Yeah, because we put that in the Mandoverse, I guess, right?
No, I guess so. But see, that's what's hard about doing
it. Could separate.
Era.
It could separate. Like Ahsoka could be like we say Mandoverse, but Ahsoka could be its own thing. Just like to me, Rebels and Galactic Empire are like OT. It's separated. It's separated.
Yeah, Rebels and Andor and Rogue One are separate, completely separate.
Yeah, different.
Completely.
Exactly. It's all the same, man. It's all the same.
Kenobi and Solo are the same exact time frame.
It's the same thing.
The same year.
Just like if you never saw Mando season 3,
look at Leia and Han,
just like you said during the events of Ahsoka, Mando season 3 is going on.
Yeah.
Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it doesn't happen. It's not happening right now as we're seeing it. So you're looking at Andor. Shit's going on back there. It's all in the same world. Okay. All right, guys. So, I mean, I'm going to go watch the trailer again and again and again and just get excited for it. And as we lead up to Ahsoka series premiere, of course, we're going to do a whole spoiler show on the first 2 shows and get all into that. But we're going to start revisiting more characters on Rebels and everything, bringing everybody up to speed and talking ourselves into the hype and bringing that up too. So it's going to be a lot of fun going there. I know that I just do want to tease this for next week. We do have some, I guess, more grounded Star Wars we're going to kind of bring to the forefront about Lucasfilm and Disney in general. So we're going to do something a little bit different. What we talk about here is because we don't really bring up like box office numbers and the happenings around Lucasfilm, but I think we've come across a little angle that it's becoming important. So
it's to the point where they're putting out good stuff, right? There's a lot of good stuff. Like Indiana Jones we're going to use was really, really good. And it's not making the money it's supposed to at the box office. We can blame COVID and people don't go to the movies, but that's we know that's BS because there's still $1 billion movies.
Spider-Man and
Avatar. All these movies make billions. So when our movies don't do it, there's a problem. So you have to think, and we're not anti Kathleen Kennedy by any means. We never have been. She's a proven leader in this industry, blah blah blah, right? But there is a point where no matter how proven you are and how long you've been doing it, there might need to be a change. And if it's that you can't get your big titles that are done really well to perform well at the box office, there's a problem. And it's mostly because people are losing trust in Lucasfilm. And whether it's worth it or not, and it's some people that aren't against it all the time. There's things that I haven't liked. There's things you guys haven't liked, right? It kind of always happens. But at this point, I think it's almost to the not quite the DC level. Right, they can't make any money because nobody trusts DC.
No matter what they promised.
We're almost there, dude, and I don't want to be there. And that's it's just because we have a nasty fandom, half of it.
And so we're gonna visit that a little bit and try to talk ourselves into what the hell is going on. So
we'll kind of look at it, see with these what so-called bombs, right? What are they compared to? How did they used to do in the originals? What did the original indie do versus this one? Is it really fair to say it bombed, or are we do we have too high expectations? Return of the Jedi, when I was doing some of the research on this, was like $444 million, right? We used to think 300 million was the big number when we were young,
it was.
So I'm going to try to see if we can get the adjusted gross.
But adjusted for inflation.
Oh, of course.
Even if I just do ticket sales, would be cool.
It'll put the way we talk about that kind of like I said, the more grounded politics around movies making, it'll put it in perspective to us, because if there is a problem, we'll like, oh, hey, you know what? This formula is not working. Leadership, maybe we're behind this a change, if needed or whatever. So we're not in that thing where it's like fire just because we hate her, fire because
let's see
whatever.
If it makes sense. Let's look at some facts, see if it makes sense, and then we'll kind of say, okay, well, this is it, and then we'll theory craft about Ahsoka some more.
Exactly, because that will come up.
But whatever happens with Kathleen Kennedy, it's good to know that Bob Iger at least is still at the helm of Disney for another few years. He got re-signed through 2026.
Yeah. I'm happy with that. I'm cool with it.
I'm perfectly, especially if he keeps making changes.
Yeah, it gives him more time to do shit. That's what you need. You can't do it that fast. It was too quick. So you need time for something that big.
And he's probably the only CEO I've ever heard of admitting mistakes. You know what I mean? Like, okay, these changes were way too aggressive, and we're gonna change it. So, whatever. All right, cool. Kick it over to Scott to take us out of here. But thank you, everybody. Thank you, guys. That was a fun episode to go and explore this awesome Star Wars stuff that we always get. So, everybody in the pit, thank you. Scott, take it away.
Hey, first off, thank you, everybody, for showing up, checking us out, listening to what we had to say about the breakdown, and actually sitting with us as we nitpick every freaking frame of the trailer. which we did. We're like, "Ooh, look at that thing in the background." So, hey, sorry to all of our audio listeners, but just hit play and go along with it, you know? Gavin Connor saying, excellent analysis. You guys are like the CSI of Star Wars fandom. Even more psyched now for this show. Now, thanks.
Thank you, Gavin.
Thank you, Gavin, for always supporting us and being here and watching the show. Next week, I will not be here for this conversation. I'm going to be at Comic-Con next week for at least a day.
Checking out the Ghost HasLab.
Probably won't actually make it into the
Is that when it gets announced? Is Wednesday?
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Gonna get
cool.
announced next week. So
officially announced
at Imperial Shuttle on Wednesday.
Imperial Shuttle. The Marauder. Hey, Marauder.
Dude, that would be like the worst of the three. That's
wouldn't it? It would be terrible.
You know what would really kill a franchise?
So, but yeah, again, next Wednesday, 8 p.m., we're gonna talk more about this new theory that we have, or these two guys are, with whoever else might show up. I don't know where Joey was. Who knows? But if you want to find Joey, just check him out. Bootleg_760 on Instagram. You can see some of his toy photography. You can check out Ernie, the Fallen Fett, myself, Scott Solo at the Art of Scott Solo. I also have a new YouTube channel that just talks about music. I post music shit and the hikes that I take, stuff that doesn't matter. I'm trying not to bog down my library with the videos. So check it out. And you can check out Grand Admiral Franz' Darth Dad 77 on Instagram and maybe Twitter sometimes.
I haven't signed into Darth Dad in like 2 years.
What is Twitter?
Twitter I go on all the time.
Yeah,
gotta support White Thrawn in his
whoa.
Right, 2023. Oh, got it. Man, what are you on about? Pasty Thrawn.
Pasty Thrawn. There we go. And as always, our show sponsor, check out Tashi Station Emporium for all of your action figure stand needs. Look at this useless action figure right here. But
dude,
hey, she stands up because she's got a Tashi Station.
That's the only thing she stands up for. Useless.
That is.
Hey, my new favorite figure too. Look at that.
What have you got? Oh, rock and roll. That's cool.
That's
came in today.
That's rad. See, that's a better figure, mod.
Yeah, dude, that is. Come on.
That's cool.
It's me if I was a Joe and a blonde.
Yes.
And cool. No, I'm kidding.
Whoa.
And cool.
You're right.
No. But okay, so check this out. Tashi Station Emporium, the owner of Tashi Station Emporium. I happen to know the guy. He's right here to
the jackass
right there.
Yeah, can be.
he put up a post today, and that post was a simple question. Would you please recite that post for us, Darth Moocher, and ask that question to our loyal listeners?
So everybody who's interested in 3D printing or knows somebody who has a 3D printer, would you be interested in a 1/12 and 1/18 scale, full, almost screen accurate of the Emperor's throne room to be printed and everything? I kind of wanted to gauge the audience of that. If you had digital files,
to print one.
I have seen the STL models on this thing, and it is insane. I don't know how. Yeah. I don't know how he did it. I don't know why he did it. He's a glutton for punishment because it's taken months for him to do this. It is friggin' gorgeous, man, and I can't wait to add it to my display. So,
I wanted to kind of hit up the people who I know people who have 3D printers or have 3D printers themselves instead of selling like big sets, because something like that would be just impossible for people to buy. But to make on your own, it's more of a journey and something cool to do. And it's not going to be like, well, here's the files beyond. No, this is going to be like a project, step by step. Here's how to do it, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm having a lot of fun working with it. So stay tuned.
And that's where a lot of people that do this, that sell the STL files, it's where they kind of lose me, because I have to constantly go back to Etsy or wherever I buy these STL files and look at them and like, okay, how did they get this? How did they put this together?
Yeah. So I'm trying to eliminate that. Yeah.
Right. Your approach to this is fantastic by giving instructions on actually how to print it, the order in which to print it, the way to build it. Darth Moocher here and Tashi Station Emporium has got this shit nailed down. He's got it figured out. He knows what it's about. if you want to make your own play sets and you want to take ownership of these things and actually build these things to look, take some pride in what you've made. I mean, this is the way to go. I would much rather buy STL files of the Ghost from Darth Moocher and build it myself than I would back a HasLab. But I think the HasLab will be first. So that's just going to happen.
Yeah.
So, but with that being said,
to scale go. See, that's my problem.
Scale. It's going to be the size of my dining room.
Yeah.
To scale.
All that being said, though, go to TashiStationEmporium.com, buy some stands, put in Sarlacc Digest Podcast in the checkout, and you'll get 10% off. And you will not be unhappy with the results. You're just going to have
Thank you very much.
Stuff.
I appreciate everybody's support on it. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So also, if you want to support us, please log into patreon.com/Sarlacc Digest Podcast. Donate a couple of dollars a month. We really appreciate it. It all goes back into the making of this show. And yeah, I can't think of anything else other than why haven't you already liked this episode? You're watching us. It's right there. The button is right there. Click it. All
yes. Right. You heard him. You heard the man.
Click it. Chris, get on him. Tell him to click it.
Click it, please.
There you go. See, I was all aggressive.
Roll 2023.
It's weird. Dogs I don't want to get together.
I don't want to get canceled, man. Just please.
Please click the like button.
With that,
Scott.
Keep it nerdy, everybody.
Click it.